Good morning, beautiful people. My sincerest apologies. This live was supposed to start 15 minutes ago, but I was sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. I woke up, it was like, oh my God, I have to get on YouTube. I got to go to work. I had so much to do. So I apologize to anybody who was here at 7:15 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is 7 a.m. in the Bay Area. I was asleep, y'all, and I'm usually never late to lives. I just jumped on this internet. Usually I go to the YouTube studio, correct some things, tag people. I will get my Black creator spotlight tagged so that you guys have all the great creators to subscribe and check in with as soon as this live ends. I'm like, why would I do this to myself? Mind y'all, I am always awake naturally by like 5:15 a.m. I don't know why, but today my Black behind was just sleep. So I did just wake up. So I will be on camera. I've been tired as hell, y'all. Good morning, American born. I love to start my day with you. It does make me smile. I'm not just saying it because it sounds good. Welcome in. I appreciate you also for moderating. I should have let you know I'm gonna make American born a moderator, but I'll be tired, y'all. I'm forgetting. But I appreciate that. Yes, thank you for supporting my channel. It is a small channel. I am trying to grow it. With growth, it will become better. I appreciate every person who moderates, watches, and supports us. Again, for those wondering, why is this Black lady off camera and scratchy at the throat? I did just wake up. So I apologize a day late and $1 short. Oh, Lord. I think I did need rest. Kiwan J TV was just telling me, she was like, you gotta know when to cool it, because I have been going a little hard. I have a lot I've been doing, so I'm happy to be here. But let's get into these trifling trollops. That's 90 Day Fiance, y'all. This is season 12, episode 5. Something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. That's not a part of the title, but I just always say the something borrowed, something blue. I like weddings. But let's get into this episode. Marissa and Edward. I don't know how y'all felt about her this episode, but for me, they got on my nerves, specifically Marissa. Edward seemed hella cool. Edward seems super cool. He's handsome, he's kind, he's down to earth, and he seems to really care about this lady. He circumcised his man part so that he could be a real American. I have never heard anything like that. I wish she would have told him, like, there are some American men who are not circumcised. Like, why did the man have to go cut into his man part in his 30s? I am not a man. I do not have a penis, but I feel for men, because can you imagine someone chopping at your private part just for like a stupid aesthetic reason? Because someone doesn't like looking at the hood or whatever we call it. That's over. Like that's crazy to me. Girl, it don't got to be perfect for it to go in your mouth or your coochie. That's just me. But Marissa and Edward are together. He is seeing her house. He said trifling. That's right. She was treating him. She gave her boys more rights than this grown man. I don't like when they do this on 90 Day. Like Mallory's doing this with Rosh also. White America, understand this. You do have a privilege. You do have a privilege. But I think sometimes clear people, Caucasian people, I don't want to be disrespected. I think sometimes they think they're understanding and being supportive, but sometimes they could really come off as like offensive, because Mallory did this with Rosh this episode. Like, girl, if you know you from redneck Alabama, in an area where they do not like our people outside of their race and are racist, why would you not warn him before you do that? Like, but that's another topic. And then Marissa telling Edward, oh, yeah, everyone's white like me in the neighborhood. While they're walking, I was like, okay, you may think that's okay, but for anybody not white, this isn't even just the Black people or any of that. Like, they could feel uncomfortable. So I just felt like they were like low-key irresponsible. But he sees her home for the first time and he walks in, he's complimenting the house, and she's like, take your shoes off. I said, oh, Lord Jesus, help us, not take your shoes off. That part is fair, but maybe you should have told him that before you walked in the house. Like, yeah, here's the key, but make sure you take your shoes off. You've been all up and through like 4 different airports. I wish she would have done that, but she didn't. Then she tells him when they get in the house after the shoes, okay, I need you to understand this. This is a privilege to be here. And he looks around because he's like the rest of us. He sees a toilet. He sees a sink. He notices this is the shitter. This is the restroom. And Marissa tells him it's a privilege for him to be allowed in the restroom. She didn't even share it with her ex-husband. I was like, baby, why are you bringing up your ex with your next? But apparently her ex was not allowed to use the bathroom. This was a big deal for her. And she told him that for the first evening, he could use her shower. But even though they're sharing a bathroom, they are not allowed to share a shower. She has 2 showers in a restroom. I strive, okay? But that's 2 things for me to clean. So then again, I don't know if I strive. And she doesn't want him to use her shower, except for tonight. And that kind of threw me off. I was like, okay, that's fine because there's 2 showers. But if you don't want him to use your shower, why not put him in the second shower and just put him in there with some soap? Like I wasn't understanding that. American Boy said he really wanted to be in the States. I guess they will do whatever. That is the truth. Some of these people find love, yes. But then also a lot of these people seem to be in a situation where they just want to get to the United States and love happens to be their way there. Like, which I'm fine with. I get it. I think we should take it as a compliment as Americans that people want to come here. However, I couldn't live with nobody that damn controlling. I couldn't. I got to take my shoes off. Can't use this shower. Can't use this sink. Got to go in this direction. It's too much. But some little cute things happened with Edward. One of the cutest things I saw to happen, she had a pack of boiled eggs. I have seen boiled eggs in the store sold, like already boiled. I don't buy them. Like, unless I'm like on a road trip or traveling, I'm really not interested in buying a boiled egg while in public. But it seems like Marissa loves them. And Edward is weird. He said, take 5 minutes. You just put it in the... He said, what we do, it don't take that long. And I kind of agree with him. It doesn't. But he lets us know that... Because he also, I don't know if you guys picked up, he saw some chocolate that he wanted to eat. And she was like, oh, no, we don't eat chocolate for breakfast. Why? I mean, I get it. Like, if I'm like if my friend's daughter is over here, shout out to Melita, shout out to Leona. If I had any of my friends' kids here, right? And they wanted breakfast, like, don't they put chocolate in some cereals and stuff? Like, I can understand, no, like, you can't have a chocolate bar for breakfast, but like sometimes breakfast items include chocolate, like a chocolate croissant or a chocolate muffin or something. But I just thought it was weird to control the food of what someone can eat that's like an adult with a penis you just played with. But we gonna let that go. We gonna let that go. But Edward does say that he starts to feel like he's in the military because then she complains about how he made the bed. He was like, I know how to make beds, which for those who forgot, they met in a hotel. He was the staff. So I'm pretty sure he knew how to make beds to a great standard if it was a hotel that Marissa and all her money was staying at, okay? So I'm looking like, can you please let this man do something without a correction? That's annoying to criticize people constantly. It's okay to let them know, like, oh, okay, I have a few things I like in the house. I'm a little OCD. But she hasn't come at him like that. She's come at him like, you're going to do whatever the fuck I tell you. And if you don't, I'm going to ship your ass back to the Dominican Republic. That's what she's giving. And Marissa seems like a nice lady, but you can definitely see the money and how it makes her like very particular. We can already see this relationship is not going to work. It's not. Marissa has victims. She has victims. The way her ex-husband came in there, I'm saying it. She has victims. Like, I don't think this lady is easy to be with. You always find out how and why someone lost a person and if they really the problem when you see them with their next person. And Marissa is giving us that. But they go on a power walk. And I thought this was the funniest thing because she was walking at the speed that he had to jog. He was like, she may as well jog. He was jogging next to her. She's just walking through the neighborhood. They do discuss her children and her ex, and Marissa makes a comment to Edward that concerned him. The comment was that she's more concerned about the kids respecting him and adjusting than their dad. And Edward is smart. He said, whoa, wait on. What you mean? And he pulls her aside and she explains like the kids might feel a little bit of a way just because of their father and what they've been through and things of that nature, which I can understand. I think Edward can understand, but she's dropping a bomb. She is dropping a bomb on him. And we can't understand why she wouldn't be talking to him about this before he comes out there. Like, she didn't prepare him for anything. Everything's just coming at him. But we do get to see her ex-husband come by. Now, he has a talk with Edward. And at first I thought it was going to be negative because he started the talk by saying, if my sons ever call me and they're just upset and they say, we're mad at Edward, I'm going to hang up. I'm not asking questions. I'm not knocking at the door. I'm just going to walk in and we will fight. And Edward is like, in the Dominican Republic, they do this so that they can, intimidate you or scare you. But the difference is I grew up fighting too. I'm not scared of him. And I kind of respect him for saying that. You could have let that man know that I am a father to my sons. And no matter what happens with me and you and how well we get along, if my son call me and tell me they mistreated, I'm going to side with my son until I get to the bottom of it. That is all you have to say. But instead, you want to threaten this man and say you want to fight. You challenge him to a duel of sorts, if you will. And I'm just looking like, sir, I'm happy you a great father, but like, cut it out. Cut it out. American Board 2 said Edward seems like a nice guy and hopefully he will find somebody else after they break up. Okay. He seems really nice. He seems really nice, willing to work. I say let him stay in America and find him somebody new. There's lots of Dominican people in New York, Edward. Just go that way. Head toward the light, my friend, because he does seem really, really kind. But he takes what the ex-husband says to him in stride, and they end up actually getting along. The ex-husband actually ended up trying to warn Edward about what he's going to deal with Marissa's husband or with Marissa's family. Sounds like Marissa's last relationship was impacted, not because of her, but because of her family. Marissa is rich. Sounds like she was rich before her job at Say Yes to the Dress. However, her families probably have a standard for her. I'm just thinking of shows like Gossip Girl, Don't Judge Me. Do not judge me. I used to love Gossip Girl. No, I'm just thinking of that because they were all the kids of somebody rich and their parents were very picky about who they were with. So maybe Marissa's family wants her to be with somebody who can match her bank account. As Sutton says on Housewives of Beverly Hills, she wants somebody whose wallet fits. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it makes me wonder after the ex talked to Edward. And Edward kind of let him know, like, I don't care how the family views me. I'm confident in myself, which I do think is a big deal and important. But I also feel like, Marissa, are you dating Edward just to rebel against your family? I know I may be reaching, y'all. I know I may be reaching. She's successful. She's an adult, but it's giving your family may want you with a certain standard of man. It ruined one marriage and now you're on to the next because her and her ex really do get along well. That's another thing. American Board 2 said the ex-husband is acting that way because Marissa lets him do it. Bingo, 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 bingo. I would give you a gift if I could because you are so correct. You are so correct. People do what we allow them to do. If you allow this man to question your partner that way, then he's going to get away with it. My thing is also, I think Marissa likes it because she kind of smiled when the two of them were like, oh, we're going to talk. I think she likes it. It's giving rich girl grew up with privilege who is rebelling against her family based on who she dating how. I'm not mad at her for it. She seems like a nice lady, but I don't think this relationship's going to work. Let me know if you guys in the chat or watching the replay think that Marissa and Edward will work because Miss Best don't know at this time. We're going to get in the country ass Mallory and Rosh, as she calls him, even though his name is Rashid. And these two get on my nerves because I feel like Mallory has this man in a situation that could really be dangerous. She seems like a nice girl. I don't think she herself is racist, but unfortunately, where you're from is where you're from. You can't control certain things. Trump is from New York. New Yorkers can't control that. They don't like him. We saw the finals. So, sometimes you can't control how the people around you are, but you can't control your behavior, which I do appreciate Mallory for that. And I will give her credit for literally only that. But her friend Brandon comes by. This is the friend she used to sleep with, but also the friend who I guess participated in pretty much helping her heal when she was in a really bad car accident. He was genuinely there for her. They don't sleep together anymore. Her friends are very aware of Rosh, but I guess even though Rosh is uncomfortable, she's low-key like ignoring it. But Brandon does let Rosh know, like, we're going to give you the official Alabama welcome. But it just threw me off because they go to bed and Mallory's talking to him about how he's uncomfortable. And, you know, in Rosh's culture, he is Muslim. So in his culture, women and men are not friends. You know, they may hang out, they may be family, they may work together, but they're not friends. I did grow up Muslim. It is true. When I used to go to the mosque as a little girl, my mom, my sister, and me would always be separated, and we'd go into like another room where the women went, where we like prepared food for after the service, or, you know, really just practice like things that women should know in Islam. I am not Muslim today, but I do understand why Rosh feels the way that he feels about her friendship, because it's haram, which is essentially to sin, for those who are unaware. But it is considered haram for Mallory to be friends with Brandon, and it is considered haram for Rosh, as her soon-to-be husband, or actual husband, I believe they're married, to let his wife do this. So it doesn't mean he's controlling or abusive or any of that. Please don't come in here with those negative Islamic stereotypes. Even though we don't understand something, we should still be respectful of it. But that's what he's trying to explain to her. And she's kind of just looking at him like, I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to deal with this. Like, I don't want to address it, which is crazy, which is absolutely crazy. I agree, American Born. I think we all like Mallory. She's not dislikable. I know some of the people online are saying this girl fell from the honey boo boo tree. I could not, but she seems nice. She seems to actually care about this man. She's got her stuff together, owns her house and stuff. I definitely think American Born is correct. Mallory needs to pick a different friend group, one that in my opinion isn't dangerous for the men that she's interested in dating. Like, why am I going to date somebody I worry about in the city I'm from? Like, it does not make sense. It just doesn't. American Born also said, I don't like Rasit's attitude of this is my house. Right. Ain't paid not a damn bill. Ain't even thought to pay a bill. And Rosh is coming in there like, this my shit. This my couch. This my house. He has to also understand and accept some of American culture, which I think he's willing to do a little bit. But part of accepting American culture is understanding that, married or not, if the house is in the woman's name, it's her house. Okay? He ain't contributed to shit. Talk about this, my house. Just tell her that this makes you uncomfortable because of your culture and religion. But it's definitely, what are they talking about? Y'all know I started this late, so I'm looking at my job. I guess it's open enrollment, but I've already enrolled. I don't know what they're doing. Not even the grocery bill. He can't even buy a bag of Cheetos to put in the cupboard, okay? And I'm not saying he needed to have all the money, but he did have a job before he came to Alabama. I'm like, you didn't have nothing left over. You just gave it all to your family, maybe? Whatever the case, Mallory avoids talking about it and says she just wants to go to bed. I think she has to realize you're going to have to talk about this. You can't just go to bed. Ooh, that's my alarm going off. My apologies. You can't just go to bed and expect to not talk about these issues. They will be there when you wake up in the morning, girl. But he went through hell trying to get all them dogs out of the room. That's something else that's common in American culture. They have pets in every country, but they believe animals belong outside where they come from in a lot of places. So to have all those dogs in the house, I can understand why he feels that's nasty. Honestly, no shade. I have a pet. My cat doesn't go outside, so he can like be around the house and stuff, but there's still certain areas, like my cat knows, do not jump up anywhere in the kitchen. Like, we eat there. I feel like some people just let their animals get away with hell, and that's nasty. That's nasty as hell to me. I think he gave it all to his family as well, and thinks Mallory is going to keep sending money to them. He does. I'm like, bro, you should have Googled Alabama. Now, if you were moving to another state. Like, hell, even if you were in Louisiana, like somewhere around the New Orleans metropolitan area, or if you moved to Texas in the middle of nowhere outside of Houston or something, I would have felt a little better about her being able to give money. But she lives in Alabama. She probably bought her house having good credit, financial discipline, and other stuff. There are not that many jobs that pay well in Alabama, really outside of Huntsville, or if you want to work at one of the colleges. So child, I don't know what this man was expecting for her, but I feel like her and Rosh have their like moments of delusion, if I'm being honest. But the next morning comes and they do end up going on a little date. They go back to the downtown area, and Rosh is still like, oh my God, where are the people? She goes say to him, it's raining. So, people don't want to come outside when it's raining. Girl, even it's not about the rain. Mallory, there weren't even cars going by. Like, even in the rain, I see a car go by. Like, she truly lives in the middle of nowhere. Nothing's wrong with small town America, but it's just not feasible if you're, in my opinion, under the age of 55 and still got some breath to your life and your body. Like, you want to do stuff. Hell, I know people out here over 70 who wouldn't want to live somewhere that's small town because they live in their life and they want to, know that they have the things that they like nearby. But they go to a little coffee place, and they do sit and talk. They do sit and talk. At this coffee place, the conversation got real. She was telling him that at the event that they're going to have to welcome him to America, she said, Rosh, it's going to be a lot of people around. And, there may be some people there that just don't like you. I said, what? And then she goes to the confessional and she starts talking about how there are people who are racist in her town, which you say Alabama to me, Arkansas, Florida, the Carolinas. Really, you say the South to me. If you understand the history of America, I do expect racism to happen to me more often when I'm in the South than when I'm not. That's why I question the people who choose to live there, especially people of color. I get sometimes it's all that we know, but I refuse to live anywhere where there's certain towns I can't go to, sundown, this and that, like that. It's crazy to me. And she has brought this man pretty much in an area of Alabama that we all think to avoid. And they're having an honest conversation about it. She tells him people have not said good things. And she explained to Rosh that the racism in Alabama may be a thing. He's asking like, huh, what do you mean? And she's saying like, there are some people who have called you a terrorist. I said, what? And she's telling us in the confessional, she's like, I don't like this at all. Like, she's literally letting people know, like, she doesn't like this at all. And she feels like it's problematic. She's willing to punch anybody in the face and really fight them if they disrespect him, which I'm like, okay, girl, I can understand that. I respect your being willing to like be there and support him, but I still feel like it was irresponsible to not tell this man ahead of time that he was dealing with racism so bad that people are assuming he is a terrorist. I think it's also funny how ignorant certain white people can be because, child, you understand Turkey practices Islam. You know how many countries practice Islam, y'all? Like, they're just thinking, oh, he's Muslim, 9/11. And it's just such an ignorant way to think. I am happy she finally told Rosh about it, but I think she told him too late. And I was pissed off because listen, some white people do this, it annoys me. Why the fuck are you crying about what he's going to have to deal with? Why are you crying? You can be wherever you want to be, from Alabama to Iowa to Alaska to California. Why are you crying, Mallory? Why are you fucking crying? Stop crying and maybe look into how you can find a new house somewhere a little bit better. Go to Huntsville. Go to Huntsville. It's more diverse and a little bit less racist. Go to Huntsville. Do what you have to do. But to expect this man to stay in an area that you yourself have admitted and cried is not safe for him based on his racial and religious choices is crazy. How is it going to work? It's not safe. It's kind of like Black women when our husbands live in certain areas. We got to stress out if they drive to the store or something and hope they not pulled over. Like, what are you doing, Mallory? Do better. I don't understand. Good morning, Shani. I am early today because James started a new job yesterday. So I had to move my 90 days so that he could do his live. So I tried to start early. Girl, I was still late too. But, you know, I'm here. But good morning, boo. I know I'm early when my East Coast people are telling me good morning, which is hilarious because y'all know y'all are 3 hours ahead of me. So I always laugh when stuff like that happens. But I appreciate you being here, Shani. I'm happy to see you. And I will be live again later on tonight, you guys, to go over 90 Day Fiance, The Last Resort. And then I'll also have out a video for you guys to watch of Nemesis. If I don't get that out today because I have been extremely busy, little overwhelmed, then I will get that video to you tomorrow. But we will for sure be covering 90 Day The Last Resort live later today because my subscribers been telling me y'all want more live. So I like to listen to y'all because y'all are what keep me here, honestly. So we will be live later to go over 90 Day The Last Resort. I'm excited about it because yeah, this season is none of the couples gonna make it, but it's definitely entertaining. But Mallory and Rosh talk about it. Listen, Mallory, I know I'm giving you a hard time, but I do respect the fact that you at least acknowledge the racism that's in your town because it's more than a lot of your people will do. At least you're acknowledging that the problem is there. And that's really all anybody can ask of this girl. There's not much else I can ask of her. But they get to what they call the white trash bash, welcoming Rosh in America and all of this. And everything went well until Brandon showed up, who Rosh calls Brandy. And, you know, I was annoyed with Brandon. I felt like he was looking for a problem to have with Rosh. I was like, you nasty, white trash, living ass motherfucker. Why are you trying to judge another man? Okay. He's like, he sat on my tailgate. I didn't know it was disrespectful to sit on a fucking tailgate at a party that was thrown for him. Like, the party was thrown for Rosh, but you're mad that he's sitting on your tailgate? Bitch, please. Bitch, please. I'm going to talk to you like the bitch that you are. Bitch, please. Because I feel like Brandon is a little racist also. Because why are you mad at this man for sitting on your tailgate? Why are you hating on his drink that he tried to make? And, like, it just seemed like he was hating. I done been to a lot of tailgate events with the clear people, okay? My parents put me in private school because the neighborhood I was in was too bad, the schools. So I grew up with a lot of the clear people. And I will tell you this, I've never seen them get upset at someone for sitting on their tailgate. Not in California, not in Louisiana, okay? Not in New York when I was running around there. Like, I've not seen it. So I thought that was odd. But Brandon and Rosh talk. We don't get to see much of the talk. Brandon just tells him that he feels disappointed, or Rosh tells Brandon that he kind of has a problem, feels disrespected, and wants to talk. We're going to see more of where the conversation goes, but it doesn't look like it's going anywhere good just based on the fact of the tailgate. Like, it just does not look like it's going anywhere well, but we will see, y'all, what happens. Oh, it was good. I'm going to be watching that episode while I'm documenting in like an hour. It was good. I'm happy to see that. I haven't seen nothing online yet about it, but I did also wake up and just run straight to the internet for YouTube. So there is that. White trash was perfect for them. Right, because not all white people are like that. And I would like to put that out there. There are some wonderful white people in the world who are not like Mallory and the people that she knows. Well, Mallory, I don't have much to say bad about, but they're not all like that. It's just the people Mallory knows are so low tier and so low budget. I don't understand it. Right. Somebody can't sit on your tailgate. Fuck out of here. You don't want somebody to sit on your tailgate? Close the truck. It's not hard. What Nene say? Close the door. The door is closed. Brandon is mad he won't have access, preach, to Mallory that he did before. Now he got to go find somebody else that'll let him be sexual with them because he is not cute. So I imagine that it takes him some time. Lord help us. We have to get into the delusion that is Ashia. I don't know how to say this whole name. Ashia and Maxwell are fake Christian. Now, y'all know Ashia been on this show trying to act like she is so Christian and God is delivering her and she's speaking in tongues. I don't like when people do this. I view it the same as blasphemy. Why are we playing with God's name? I think it's incredibly disrespectful, incredibly irresponsible, and incredibly problematic. That's just me. But Ashia is headed to Nigeria most of this episode. We really don't get much with her. She has a friend come over that tries to warn her it might not be the smartest thing to get with this man, but she's not listening to this friend. Her mama, this kind of made me a little sad. Her mama, whose skin is beautiful, okay? But Ashia's mom is traveling with her to Nigeria to go see Maxwell because there is a huge possibility that Ashia may end up marrying Maxwell while he's out there, because if they can't go about getting this K1 visa because the government thinks they're fraudulent, then it sounds like the next course of action is for them to get married while they are in Nigeria so that they can then apply for the spousal visa, which takes 2 years for him to get over there, because she is clearly not willing to move to Nigeria. And it doesn't look like Maxwell lived bad over there. We got to meet him. His family had a nice house. His mother was very welcoming of her. Very traditional Nigerian. They're really kind people. But I was just looking like, your mom is flying with you because you could come back married, and your mom doesn't want to miss that opportunity. It's kind of sad in some ways that her mother kind of feels inclined to do all of that, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I can understand it. I wouldn't want to miss my only child's wedding either. But child, she makes it to Nigeria, safe to see him. All I'm going to say, because they didn't really give us nothing with her this episode but her on a plane, I'm going to say this. Ashia was like, when they got together, his skin's looking better. We're making some improvements. His clothes looks good. Girl, you have some audacity being critical of this man's physical appearance. By the way, that is a beautiful, strong Black Nigerian man. But you have the audacity coming at this man about his skincare, hair, and all of these crazy things when you came on nationally syndicated TV with that fucked up wig that's on your head and glued down, pasted down, nothing. That thing just on her head. Makeup ain't been done since you've been on this show. And then you supposed to be a woman of God, but the 90-day rounds has been producing receipts of you. And you supposed to be woman of God, but you traveling to the airport like me when I'm going to Miami. Like, this lady is so full of shit. I don't like when people play with God's name. I am not a person that goes to church. I say all the time, y'all know Mrs. Best ain't been to church. It will feel like 25 years. Okay, but I pray every single day. I pray for people I care for. And in addition to that, I try to talk to God and acknowledge God. I try to be respectful too. This lady is playing the fake that she's speaking in. One, from the moment she had them ducks and birds looking like God was sending some type of a message to her. I just feel like this lady is here to play with God. And her story would have been interesting even if she did not play with God's name. So I have no respect for Ashia, but she gonna see this man and see how it goes. I said, it's always some crazy, overly critical broad that has something to say about the next person while she wearing a damn rat's nest on her head. I just cannot. She is something else. She is. Shandy said, I don't play with his name. That's why I say Sweet Baby Ray's sauce instead of Sweet Baby J. Okay? Now I want barbecue though, Shandy. Why you do that? 8 o'clock in the morning. Now I want barbecue. She is more concerned with his appearance. Right. And she looked like she wearing one of the drawstring wigs. Quite literally. A mess. Hot mess express. Hot mess express. Like TLC. The bar was in hell. Usually on 90 Day Fiancé, we get like a couple or two that we think will actually make it. I don't know who in this group will make it. Like, if I'm really being honest, I don't know who's on the show currently. I don't know who would make it. I just don't. It stresses me out. I have not been to church and I don't know how long, but I was parked outside of one not too long ago. Right. She says, I do pray over everything I eat. That's all that matters, Shani. That is all that matters, my darling. That is literally all that matters. Do you pray? I think that's what counts. How intentional are you at being a good person? To me, that's really what it's all about. But you know, everybody is different. Now, not much happened with Ashia. Let me know, you guys, in the replay, if there's something with Ashia you may have wanted me to bring up, something you feel that I am missed. We always keep the conversation going in the comments, even when we are not live. Barbecue preach is good any time of day. You know, California has some of the worst barbecue in the country, in my opinion. Unless somebody from somewhere else moved down here and get a restaurant flow that work, we ain't got good barbecue down here at all. We just don't. I wish it was different. Right. I could eat it anytime. Lord. But I don't eat pork. That's my only problem. So I have to really fight to get a good rib because not everybody knows how to cook a beef rib right. Anywho, move it all, y'all. Can you tell I'm hungry? I'm talking to you about ribs and shit. Katie and Josh, they disgust me. Now, I know a lot of people are like, this hoe ain't got OCD. She does have OCD. I do believe in OCD. She does have it. It's just, I think people think OCD affects you in multiple areas of your life. But if your parents do interventions and stuff, you can end up okay like Katie. Mr. Tenderism was in California. Nobody eats at that restaurant. People only went there because of the little black man. And the restaurant actually like stole his saying. He copyrighted Mr. Tenderism. They did a bunch. There was like a whole story on it. But I believe the man, the older man, he ain't even from California. That's probably why his barbecue was good. But yeah, that restaurant in real time is a ghost town, y'all. It is a ghost town. Katie is a nasty freak. She definitely is. She definitely is. And there's no way around it, y'all. We can try to be nice to Katie, but the way that Katie lives her life is, it makes it impossible. It makes it impossible. It just does. Now, Katie is the homeless chick who was somehow able to sponsor someone from another country to come and live here. She had him living in a hotel when he first arrived to America. But now they are getting an apartment that she found. And he's a little nervous because she is not the most responsible person. She tells us a crazy story of how she melted a Brita filter. Do y'all understand how big a Brita filter is? Like, I mean, yes, they have smaller versions, but like she melted an entire Brita filter on her stove in her last apartment because she was drunk and accidentally turned the stove on and I guess could not turn it off. The fuck? Like, excuse me? You did what at your big age? And this is why people don't think this lady have OCD, because she do shit like that. But Katie, please. I don't know why Josh is interested in her. Sometimes I feel like Josh could play for the other team. Right. He needs to run back to the UK. Swim. American born, you are about to Uber Eats or FedEx me a plate. Oh, Lord. Lord. Katie is the original slam pig. Shanny, I love you. You get to go. I need to come up with like a Mrs. Best Reviews, like award ceremony, like wall of excellence, and put you on that wall of excellence. You and American born, because y'all have been cracking me up this morning. By God, I haven't even had coffee and y'all are waking me up. I love you for it. Oh, Katie had Josh in a car as they're driving across Portland to get to their new apartment. She had this man hold up in the car and decided to fart. Mind you, she couldn't even see her backseat. They had so much shit in the car and she's farting. Listen, I've been with my husband since 2009. We're almost at 20 years. And he farts. I fart. People fart. But, you know, he does get up and go to the restroom. Sometimes something slips out when he's asleep. But for the most part, we have a restroom. There's Febreze. I'm really into essential oils. So there's always an essential oil burning in my house as well. Like, we handle that. Why would you do this to somebody in a locked car? She got me quoting Friday. No more locked doors. Like, why would you fart when he can't escape? It's like, are you trying to push this man away, Katie? Like, what is it that you're trying to do? If I'm on the wall, let me know. This way I can send you a picture of me just cheesing off. You are definitely on the wall. Shanny said just happy as hell. Who is it? Tina Campbell. Unfortunately, she's getting a divorce right now from Mary, but she smiles so hard in her pictures when she be on the red carpet. I mean, she be all teeth, all teeth. Katie is immature. I feel like her parents spoiled her a little bit. Like her lifestyle just doesn't seem realistic. I paid for storage for 3 years because I like to go overseas and make money. It's like, y'all, Nike is in Portland, several big companies. Like, there's a lot she can do. There's a lot she could do. But she's trying to tell Josh on the way to the apartment of another time that she got drunk. I guess this was recently. She says that her friend told her, because she never fucking remembers, drunk bitch. She says her friends told her that she tried to get everybody who was in the bar to kiss her, but everyone declined, probably because they've met your boyfriend. She says everyone declined, and she says that she did not mean to do it in a sexy way. She was like, oh, I just wanted to give them a kiss. Like, okay, guys, I love you. If you can't remember doing it, how do you remember your reason for doing it? She's always saying she doesn't remember and that someone else told her of what she did. So if that's the case, how are you able to remember your reason for doing stuff? Josh is right. She's taking you. What's the song? Take me through there. Take me through there. That's what she's doing. She's taking you through there. And you need to run. It's not safe. Okay? It's not safe. Put on the music from that Apex movie and run. Okay? Run. No more locked doors. Okay, gracias. Yes, I love. We are going to get Friday. They are filming it, they say. I'm so excited. Mike Epps and Ice Cube are filming it right now. It's going to be based on the neighborhood that Day Day and them lived in getting gentrified, which is a thing in California. For example, the Bay Area used to be over 40% African American. With gentrification, it seems like all of these clear people from other states come here. They need services, they leave. But then the result is now you have this mass exodus from here because all the people, all the locals was run out and the people not from here can't make it, can't stay. So I'm always excited to see a movie where they incorporate shit that really happens. Her breath looked foul. I don't like how her red lipstick either always looks like smudge. Like she just gives trifling. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. We are all ready for it. We've been waiting years. But they get to her new apartment. Nice apartment. But this bitch had the nastiest twin mattress that I have ever seen. The nastiest twin mattress that I have ever seen. I don't understand why she even would think that the twin mattress would work when there's two of them. And he laid on that mattress. He must really love her because he laid on that mattress. That's all I'm going to say. But the episode pretty much ends because Katie realizes that their apartment is right by the garage door of their building, which happens to beep extremely loud, like whenever a car enters or exits, which looks like it may be a problem. I don't understand why we had to see her sex toy. I don't really care to discuss it. That part kind of grossed me out. I'm not gonna lie, but Katie is. We're only on episode 5. I'm scared what this girl's gonna be giving us in episode 10. Like I'm really scared. Looks like a crime scene mattress. I'm like, the thing's been sitting in fucking storage for years, and there were like coffee stains and other types of stains, and I was like, you never heard of a mattress cover? Am I the only one that will spend the extra $6 when moving at U-Haul to cover my mattress? Like that rented truck, hella other people's shit has been on. Cover your mattress, your furniture, all of that. You never know. You literally never know. My mother bought a house in 2022, right? It was the first home that she purchased as an adult. She purchased it on her own. We bought a U-Haul truck. Do you know that she caught bed bugs because I guess they were in the truck from what someone else had used before? She had to spend like almost $10,000 to get rid of them because they're not like other pests. I guess you have to use heat. Like heat is the best way to get rid of them, but you got to cover your mattress and protect your property. You don't know what the fuck other people have. That's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. She had to get all new furniture. She treated the house because she brought the furniture in the house, and the furniture got the bugs from the U-Haul truck, put the furniture in the house, then the house got them. So she treated the house But she was so paranoid, she threw away all of the furniture. My brother got a new bed. My other brother got a new bed. She got a new couch, new table. Like, when I say she was not playing, she's a germphobe. She got rid of everything. And she said this, she was like, they are hard to get rid of. And she did not trust the pest control. So she was like, I'm going to start new and treat the house. It was crazy. Never seen anything like that. Crazy. But yeah, I always keep a cover on my mattress and stuff. I live with my husband, I've actually lived with him since 2011, but like I could not. I still, no shade, I still be going to my mama's house looking like I don't want to sit. Even though it's cool, but I don't want to sit. What is it with these clear people and their nasty ass stained up mattresses that they have no problem sleeping on? Let me tell you, Shady. Only God can tell us. I cannot. It's disgusting. Because she did just have her shit sitting in storage. But at this point, Katie, I'm not trying to be mean, baby, but you gross. And I gotta call it out. I gotta call it out. As a woman, we should not live this way. Do better. As a woman with OCD, it's baffling you can live this way. Okay. Now let me get into Debbie and Mido. They are the last couple. And then I have to get off of this live by 8:30. I got 8 minutes, y'all. And then I gotta start helping people with their lives and shit. Even though I'm still waking up. And I just know somebody's gonna come at me with the biggest problem at 8:30 a.m. Amina, I got an eviction notice. I need you to help me. And I could feel it. I could feel it. It's early, but I know they're gonna come at me. Debbie and Mido, too much. Debbie and Mido. First Heather with that mattress with pussy stains and ejaculation stains. And now Katie, you know it ain't nothing but ejaculation stains. First of all, y'all, let's give Shani a special shout out. One, she had a birthday recently. Gemini season is still here, so we will celebrate our Geminis continuously. And two, Shani was not a 90 Day Fiancé watcher until she saw that we was covering it on this channel. And now she is more inept and in tune than people who've been watching for a while. So shout out to you, Shani. Let me know if any of you are watching 90 Day Fiancé because of our reviews or other reviews, or if you have questions, because I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it. Heather Gay's mattress, it could have been anything. No, I don't think nobody's ejaculating her way. I really don't. American Boy said, Mido needs to get the hell out of America. We do not want people like him. Say it louder. Say it louder. Say it louder. We really don't. We really don't. And he'll blame it on other stuff. Listen, as a Black woman from America, we don't want you, sir. We do not want you. I'm okay if Mido goes away. Now, they discussed the fight they had because he wanted a picture of himself driving the U-Haul truck. I still think Mido is gay and living in the closet on the DL, but I'm going to let him expose his own truth. But he's upset because Debbie threw the phone into his lap. Well, he says she threw it in his face. She says, I threw it into your lap. They're having a talk. He says that he pretty much is coming at Debbie about everything. Debbie is letting him know, like, I'm tired of being your paparazzi. She said something in the confessional that I felt. Debbie was like, I want a husband. Okay, I want to be happily married. And I'm like, that's really all this lady is asking for. I don't dislike Debbie. I think Debbie's delusional for this situation, but I don't dislike Debbie. And I feel like he's just treating this lady really bad. It could also be I do view Debbie as an elder. She is a 60-year-old lady. I'm only 34. I don't like how he's arguing with her over a fucking photo. And she's like, pics are not more important than your wife. And this fool Mido says to her, he's like, they are important. What if the embassy doubts our relationship? Now we have pictures as proof. Okay, Mido, but stop trying to gaslight this lady, because the picture that you're arguing over was a picture of you. What the fuck proof does that provide the embassy with? You're here to be in a relationship and you're not participating in your relationship. You're looking for reasons to come at her. And I don't like that. I don't like that because Debbie seems like a nice lady. Seems like she works hard. And aside from a man, it seems like she has a good life. So I wish that she was confident in being able to find somebody herself. Debbie, go to Slidell, Jefferson Parish, okay? Go to Kenner over there by the airport and find you somebody. I'm sure there was somebody. New Orleans is versatile as fuck. I'm sure there's somebody she could have found. But it was just a mess. Now, Mido feels like because he's a man, Debbie should respect him. Mido is the Egyptian guy. He absolutely is. But he feels like because he's a man, Debbie should respect him. All men, I don't give a fuck what country you are, what religion you're in. Respect is earned, not given. You got to give it to get it. You just do. This lady, you sitting up here arguing with this lady about points with a coffee she probably paid for. I just don't understand it. But she tells Mido she does not want to be his fan. She does not want to be his paparazzi. She wants to be his wife. And his response to that is, what is the problem? There's no problem with being my fan. I said, you know what? I'm not even going to take no more notes. I said, my literal note says, shaking my head, he is impossible. I don't have much to say on Mido. I don't think him and Debbie are going to make it. If they do, I would be so surprised, but I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. Shani said, all of the mattresses in my house are in bed and bags to keep the bed bugs away. And then I also have mattress protectors over that before we even hit the sheets. That's how my house is now. My husband bought us a new bed like a year or two ago, and we got covers for days. Like nothing could fall on this mattress, even if we really wanted it to, if I'm being honest. Right. He has us all taken up for Debbie. Debbie has delusion, but she seems really sweet. And I do hope that she's able to get treated right instead of mistreated. But I feel like people do what we allow them to do. And if she lets this man treat her like this, then that's just what's going to keep happening. I think Mido is gay as well. Look at how he dresses and sprays all them. Right. He takes forever in the morning. I don't understand that. Shout out to James. James dates men. He don't take forever in the morning. He goes very fast. They was waiting for me for hella long when I visited James. James and my husband was sitting on James's couch. They done talked about everything, got to know each other. I guess I take a long time to get ready. I did not realize that. But they are such men. My God. Or is he the Dominican? No, Mido is the Egyptian one. You are correct, Shani. You got it right. You learning their names. Yeah, and I'm watching this show and Love After Lockup because of you. I just like the ignorant fun stuff. That's all. Sometimes I want to cover a show that's just a little fun. 90 Day Fiancé is fun for me. I love the show. Have been watching since day one, but it's fun to cover because there's so much crazy that these people do. Now, I do appreciate everybody for being here. I especially appreciate you guys for watching the review, even though I'm off camera. I am normally on camera. I did wake up late. So my apologies. I didn't want to push the live back anymore. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments, beautiful people. Entertain me at work because as soon as this live ends in 2 minutes at 8:30, aka I believe 11:30, if you're on the East Coast, I will be starting this work. But I appreciate all of you. I do love all of y'all. I issue y'all a great big old thug life. Shout out to American Born. I appreciate you for moderating and being here. The same to you, Shani. She said, like I said before, you give me your ass to kiss, I'm going to give you a dick to suck. My mouth and attitude are disgusting once I feel you disrespected me. Okay, I'm not mad at you. I am not mad at you, boo. That's how it should be. That's why you not no punk. But y'all, we'll be live later on today for the last resort. I also have some other content I am getting out. Love and light to all of you. Check out our weekly schedule that's posted to the channel. And I will see y'all for the next review. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your morning / afternoon. Au revoir, beautiful people, and thug life.